record to say that some parts of Mexico are halfway submerged. The recent downpour has affected more than 40,000 people, and thousands of residents have abandoned their homes for safety purposes. It may be a while until the situation can be fully controlled. 极端气候在世界各地造成很大的影响。墨西哥市的 Cuautitlán 地区就有2000户人家因为暴雨的关系需要撤离，因为他们的家早就已经被大水淹掉了。
Around 2,000 families in the Mexico City neighborhood of Cuautitlán have been forced to evacuate their homes after torrential rainfall sparked massive flooding, leaving homes and vehicles submerged. In some areas, floodwaters reached 2 meters high. Police and emergency crews are helping residents salvage what's left of their belongings.
The entire first floor flooded. There was only about 60 centimeters of roof space left. The furniture in the living room was submerged because we couldn't get to it on time. We didn't realize the magnitude of the flooding.
Governor Enrique Peña Nieto said it's been difficult to reach some of the more seriously affected areas.
It is an area that you cannot even enter. We are talking about homes that are now practically inside a lagoon. It is a lagoon with levels at 2 or more meters, and the residents are going to have to wait for the National Water Commission to drain the water in the area.
The heavy rainfall over the weekend died down on Monday, but the flooding remained. With some 40,000 people affected by the flooding, Mexico City's water management team is working overtime to drain water from the area.
And why was the Google office in Seoul raided by the Korean Fair Trade Commission? Sources say that the internet giant allegedly carried out unfair trade in South Korea's mobile search engine market. 南韩的 antitrust 官员前天无意间突击 Google 办公室，要调查 Google 的 Android 是否垄断南韩的手机搜寻市场。
Antitrust officials in South Korea raided local offices of internet giant Google on Tuesday, a source familiar with the matter said. This expands worldwide regulatory pressure on the world's #1 search engine. Google has been under investigation by antitrust authorities in the United States and in Europe. The source, who asked not to be identified, said officials from the Korean Fair Trade Commission went into Google's offices in Seoul on Tuesday morning. Back in May, cameras and journalists were allowed in Google's office in Seoul after South Korea's top internet portals filed a complaint with antitrust regulators. They alleged Google was unfairly stifling competition in the mobile search market. On Tuesday, Google issued a statement saying the company does not require manufacturers of mobile phones that use its Android software to include Google applications on the devices. Google also said it would work with the Korean Fair Trade Commission to address any questions it may have about the company's business.
And who is the richest man in China? According to the list compiled by Huren Report magazine, Liang Wengen, who is the chairman of construction firm Sanyi, has topped the annual list to become the wealthiest man in the country with $11 billion. And we are seeing a decent jump in the number of US dollar billionaires this year from 189 in 2010 to now 271. 大陆的经济正在快速发展，大陆的富豪也越来越多。最新的调查说，现在大陆最有钱的人是3一集团老板梁文根。With star Gwyneth Paltrow may have altered someone's life path by chance. During an interview in Venice, the 38-year-old actress speaks out about a brief incident in which she accidentally and fortunately saved a woman's life from the 9/11 attacks in New York City 10 years ago. 好莱坞影星 Gwyneth Paltrow 谈到10年前9/11当天早上的一个小插曲，这个事件让她无意中救了一个人。Award-winning actress Gwyneth Paltrow received a letter from Lara Lindstrom Clark, who was 24 years old on the day they met. And through her words, the star discovered that she might have inadvertently saved Clark's life on the day of the 9/11 attacks in New York City after Clark missed her train to work.
Basically what happened was I had gone to a yoga class very early. There was this famous yogi from India, so I'd gone to like a 6 a.m. yoga class, which was not really my want. And I was on the way home, and it was the morning of September 11th, not that I knew that at the time, what that meant. And a girl was jaywalking across the street, and we kind of both stopped at the same time and then waited a really long time and then thought the other one was going, so we both went and stopped, and we did this sort of stop-start thing that lasted for quite a while, and then we just started laughing, and then she went on her way, I went on my way, and 10 years later I got a letter from her saying that she had been late for work, and we had that thing, and she went down to the Christopher Street station to catch her train to go down to the World Trade Center, where she worked on the 77th floor of the South Tower, and the train was just pulling out. So had we not had that interaction, she feels that her life would have taken a much different course.
Paltrow added that Clark also described it her sliding doors moment, referring to Paltrow's 1998 film, in which the main character's fate is completely changed around depending on whether she made it on the subway train.
Yeah, it was an extraordinary story, and all I could think about is all of the people who had experiences like that day but aren't able to reach out because it wasn't a recognizable person. She saw it was me, so she was able to get me a message, but I think a lot of fates were changed that day, obviously, and I very humbly am happy to be a part in her story.
What a remarkable story that is. Now, turning to movie news, thanks to the 4-day Labor Day weekend, we are seeing a slight growth in the overall weekend box office results. 因为 Long Weekend 的关系，3个北美票房的成绩又比较好。本周还有3部新上映的片，我们一起来欣赏吧。
The Help, as the first film that held on to the top spot since the inception last year, continues to pull in ticket buyers in its 4th weekend, raking in $19 million. The Mississippi-set drama has earned an estimated $123.4 million ticket sale since its release. The spy drama, The Dead, debuted to impressive results in 2nd place, grossing in $12.6 million. Starred by Helen Mirren as a retired secret agent, the cast also includes Golden Globe Award-winning actor Tom Wilkinson and Sam Worthington from Avatar. Similar to the audience base of Colombiana, 70% of moviegoers were female audience aged 40 years and older.
We followed.
Oh, God.
4 people know what happened here. No matter what, the truth stays in this room, between us.
What if we could go back? Would it be different?
We can't go back.
We have to deal with it.
Well, what does that mean? Deal with it.
It was a tight race for the 2 new releases this weekend. Number 3 went to the science fiction horror film Apollo 18, which unveils NASA's secret to why it never launched another expedition to the moon after the Apollo 18 mission in 1974. The movie starts with decades-old found footage from NASA's abandoned Apollo 18 mission, where 2 American astronauts were sent on a secret expedition. To their surprise, they saw something they never expected to see. The $5 million film went on to earn $10.7 million on its first weekend.
We've been experiencing unexplained malfunctions.
Look at this. The flag's gone. Tracks. They aren't ours. They lead away from our site. Mike, they're picking up interference. I've never heard anything like it.
Restoring communication needs to be priority 1. Without that, we're not going home.
What the hell is going on?
Looks like the hull's insulation is damaged.
Something's moving. Something's inside my suit. Nate!
What happened out there?
The infection is spreading. This is Apollo 18. Do you copy? Oxygen's getting low. Anyone, please! Something else out here. Open the hatch. Oh, God!
Opening behind at the 4th place was The Shark Knight 3D with an estimated $10.3 million. It was the 3rd fright flick in a row that failed to break double-digit millions on its opening weekend, following the $8.5 million of Don't Be Afraid of the Dark and the $7.7 million of Fright Night. However, carrying a $25 million budget, the ticket sale was quite disappointing. Number 5 was Fox's summer hit, Rise of the Planet of the Apes, which has collected an impressive sum of $162.5 million.
Maybe someone put them there.